Hi, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm so much grateful to have you. If you are new, thank you so much for coming to this very channel, and if you are old, you are a blessing. Like, thank you so much for coming back. And this is what you are doing. This is episode 5 of season 2. We've already dealt with season 1. This is season 2, and this is episode 5. We are doing 30 amazing designs. So if you've not subscribed, consider subscribing and turn on your bell notification so that you'll be notified the moment the next episode is uploaded. I'm using 0.25 beading thread, and I'm using size 8mm pearls. So I just took about 200 centimeters length of the thread, and I've folded it into 2. So I have 2 ends of the thread together, and I just put 2 of my pearls on it, just like so. And I'm using stoppers, so I'm going to put 2 of the stoppers on it. And mind you, at the end of this episode, I'll introduce the next episode, so make sure you watch to the end so that you know exactly what we'll be doing in the next episode. So I'm going to introduce the next thing, which is the locker we'll be using to lock our bracelet. And it's like this. When it's open, this is how it looks like, and when you close it too, that's exactly how I showed you. So I'm using just one part of it. I pass the 2 threads through the hole of the locket, and I'm going to pass my thread back through the stoppers, just like so. Don't forget, I folded the thread into 2, so that I'm using the 2 ends of the thread now, the extreme end of the thread. That's what I'm using now. So I'm going to pass my 2 pearls back through the thread, just like so. Now I went ahead to press the stoppers using my flat nose or flat mouth, whichever one you want to go for. I'm using this very instrument here to press my stoppers. We press the stoppers so that when you cut your excess thread off, your work will still be intact and safe. You wouldn't lose your work. So once I was done pressing, I went ahead to get rid of the excess thread, just like that, and that's what we have. So if you followed up to this point, you should have something like this. And like I said earlier, the thread was folded into 2, so the other end we are now going to split it open with our scissors, just like I just did. Now we have 2 threads, left and right thread. So we are going to put 1 pearl on the left, 1 pearl on the right, then we cross thread. And watch how we are going to cross thread. I pick the bead I want to cross thread with, put it on one of the thread. It can be any of them. So if you put it on the right, you pass the left thread through it the opposite way, just like so. Then you pull your thread apart, so your work is tight and firm, and this is what you have. So this is what you should have up to this point. If you don't have something like this, then you're doing something totally different. So to continue, we are just putting 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 pearl on the left, 1 pearl on the right. Then I pick the next one on the left thread, and I pass my right thread through it, just like so. Right there. So we are going to do this till we get to the length we want, then we finish it together. Yeah, and don't forget, at the end of this very video, episode 6 will be introduced, so make sure you watch to the end so that you know exactly what we will be doing next. And we are back to uploading twice a week, so every week you have 2 amazing videos coming your way, and we are on season 2, so that means we are working on bracelets, 30 amazing designs of bracelets, and we are now on episode 5. We have about 25 more to go, and we'll finish very soon. So just subscribe and turn on your bell notification so that you'll be part of the family. So to finish it up, I went ahead to pick 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Once I got to the length I want, I pick 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Then I put the 2 ends of the thread together once again, and I put 2 of the pearls on it. So I put the first one just to show you this how it looks like. Then I went ahead to put the other 1. Earlier on, you remember we used two pearls before we started our cross threading, so it's the same thing we are doing here. I picked 2 just like we did at the other end. Now I went ahead to add stoppers, so 2 stoppers. I prefer using 2 stoppers. I think 3 is too much to me and 1 is too small, so I prefer to use 2 to make my work more secure and firm and safe. And I went ahead to add the other end of the locket, or the other part of the locket, or the other pearl, whichever one makes you understand it better. We are here to understand what we are. And I went ahead to pass my thread back through the stoppers, just like we did earlier. Then just pull your thread all the way down towards your work so that you get a firm, tight work. You don't want your work loose. That's not what we want at all. And I just went that part is optional. You can choose to tighten your work after you pass it through the stoppers, or go ahead and pass it through the 2 beads before you press the stoppers. So up to this point, we're just going to press the stoppers just like we did earlier. I prefer to press it very, very hard, so you can see me using my 2 hands. I feel one hand doesn't press it very well, so I went ahead to get rid of the excess thread. Just like so. And guys, this is what we have. So this part 1 of this very episode. This is the first part. If you get to this part and you're okay with the design, you are okay, it's okay for you, you can just leave it. This is also another bracelet, another design of bracelet. You can just leave it, but you don't want it to look bougie. So let's move on to the next part. I've put 2 needles at each end of my thread. I picked a new thread, about 100 centimeters is fine, and I pass it through the pointed place. You can see. So I'm using this gold seed bead. They are very, very small, the smallest size of seed bead. I picked 3 on my right needle, then I went ahead to pick 3 on my left needle, then I pick an extra seed bead just like so on the left needle, and I went ahead to cross thread it with the right needle or the right thread, whichever one. And I put the 2 ends of the needle together before I pulled the seed bead all the way down, just to get the length of the thread to be the same. But it's just for the first step. Once you get the length of the needle, the length of the thread to be the same, you just don't have to do that again. You don't have to put the ends of the needle together again. So I went ahead to pick 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and now we are going to cross thread with the next immediate middle bead, middle pearl or middle white bead. So that's what I just did. You pass the right through the hole towards your left, and you pass your left needle towards your right, or through the hole. So let's try it a couple of times, and then we'll introduce the next episode and we'll be out of here. So 3 on the left, 3 on the right, then I went ahead to pick the one I'll be cross threading with, so 1 more, then I went ahead to cross thread it just like so, and realize I didn't put my needle together to pull it down. This time I just went ahead to pull the threads apart because our threads are equal. Now I went ahead to pick 3 on the right, then 3 on the left. Now we are going to cross thread with the next immediate middle bead. So the left goes towards the right and the right comes towards the left, just like so. That's basically cross threading. So I went ahead to do all that till I got to the end or where I want to stop. So let's try a couple of times and then we'll get to where we want to stop and we'll continue from there. Yeah, so when I got here, I went ahead to do the same thing I did earlier. Pick 3 on the left, 3 on the right. I went ahead to cross thread with 1. one C bead. Once that was done, I went ahead to pick 3 on the right, then 3 on the left. Then you know we are going to cross thread with the next immediate middle bead, but here is the change here. So we are just going to put the right thread towards the left. So we pass our right thread through the bead towards the left, and I removed the needles. So I got rid of the 2 needles, and instead of passing the left thread through the bead towards your right, I just went ahead to tie the 2 threads together. Basically that, yeah. I tied it together. You want to tie as many knots as you can and as firm as you can. So you are just tying the knots, Basically, this is all about episode 5. Guys, it's very easy. You can try with any color, any size of bead. Just make sure your combination is cool and you are good to go. This is all about episode 5. I got rid of the excess thread, and guys, we are done. So this is all about episode 5, guys. I'm sure it's nice, like very nice, very cool. And that's how it looks on my hand. Go ahead and try it at home. You can do it for a friend. And let's welcome episode 6. Yeah, so this was in episode 6. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. If you've not subscribed to, make sure you do subscribe. Turn on your bell notification so that you'll be notified the moment the next episode is uploaded, which is episode 6. And I'll see you in episode 6. Bye.